Okay, I'm gonna demonstrate my task 2.2. So firstly, we need to count the operations for the different two algorithm here. So this one is my first algorithm. So we start to count the worst case first. So the count equal to 0 is a one operation initialization for the for loop. The I equal to 0 is one operation for the initialization, and I compared to the n is n plus one operation, and the increment here is n operation. For the if case is n operation. The if case inside is one operation. And if case here is one operation, and assignment here is one operation, and for loop here is like n operations, but there is a four steps, so it's like 4n. So totally it's like 7n plus 6 in total. And the best case here is the only work the for loop here, and the rest of the case, if case they go false, so it doesn't work. So it's only like 2n plus 3 is the best case, and then the average case is between 2n plus 3 to 7n plus 6. Okay, and the second algorithm here is we count the worst case first. So the initialization one time, and for the for loop is from 0 to n minus 1. So it's n minus from 0 to n minus 2. So it's like n minus 1 time. For the inner for loop is from the, if the I equal to 0, they will run n minus 1 times, and until run 1 times. So it's like n minus 1 plus 1 times n minus 1 divided by 2. So it's like n minus 1 times n divided by 2. And for the while loop, is for the every single j, they run n divided by 2 time. And for the if case, they as same as the inner for loop is like n minus 1 times n divided by 2 times. And the initialization here is 1 time, and the assignment here is 1 time, and the for loop is 9 times, and the for loop is like 10 times. So total operation here is 3 plus n squared times n minus 1 divided by 4, and plus n minus 1 times n divided by 2 plus 10 none. There is no best case here because they need to check every single things here. It's not much if statement here. So the best case is same as the average case and same as the worst case one. And what is the next question? So it's to check the capacity for the task 1.1. So we can have a look for the content capacity. Those two properties is like n minus a big O1 because they only do one time, and add method is the best case should be like big O1, and the worst case is when the array need to be the extended, it should be big On. And index of method here is because it's a linear search, so it's big On. And in insert method here is big On because when the inserting at the beginning of the array. And the clear method should be the big O1 because they do count, just to count. And the contain method is because they use the index of method, so it should be big O n. And the remove method also also need to find the index, so it's big O n as well. And the remove at, they use the index as well, so it's big O n. And okay, the third question. So I need to give the function. The function I give is like fn equal to n log n, and we need to check that's this function fit to those conditions. So for this one, so for the large n, the growth rate of the n log n is always slower than the n squared because the log function grows slower than the polynomial function. So the fn equal to n log n is big O n squared. And for all n greater than 1, the log n is greater than 1, the n log n is greater than n. So that match the definition of the big omega n. So the fn equal to n log n is in big omega n. And because the fn equal to n log n grows faster than n, so it's not theta n. And it's also slower than n squared, so it's not theta squared. So the fn equal to n log n is match all the conditions here. And there is the algorithm named merge sort fit out conditions. Okay, for the last question. So the A, we can see the Fn is a polynomial growth and the Gn is a log growth. So as we know, the polynomial growth is faster than the log growth. So if we give the n an exact number, like the n equal to the 10 power of 6, the Fn equal to 1,000 and the Gn equal to 6. So it's making so this one is Fn is faster than the Gn, so it's making the Fn equal to the big omega Gn. And the B function, the Fn and Gn, both of them are constant functions, so it's not affected by n, so it's no growth rate. So it's like the Fn is the big a big O n and a big omega n. And okay, C. So C is like both of them are exponential growth, and the Fn with the constant 800 and the Gn none. But as we know, the constants doesn't affect much, so it doesn't matter. So we need to compare the base 2 and 3, and so we can see the because they have same power but different base. The smaller base is slower, so the Gn is faster than the Fn. So uh, so the Fn is not the theta n or omega n. And so it's big O n. So Fn is equal to the big O Gn. And okay, for the D here, so the Gn can be simplified like 4 power of n times 4. So compared with the Fn, they have the same base. It doesn't matter for the constants difference. It won't affect the growth rate. So the Fn has a same grade with Gn. So the Fn is the Gn's a big theta n and a big O n and a big omega n. And the E, the both of them are like linear log growth. So the only difference is like the inside constants factor. So we can simplify the Gn. It can be like n times log n plus n times log 9, because the log 9 is a constant, so it doesn't matter. So basically them quite same. So the Gn is log n's big theta n and the big O n and the big omega n. So those the FNR and the GN are quite same. And for the F, the factor growth, this is extremely rapid rate for the increase. And for the, as we know, the n plus 1 can be like the n plus 1 times n. So that means the Gn is always Fn times n plus 1. So it's quite different. So the Gn is quite faster. So the Fn is the big O Gn. Yeah, I think that's pretty much everything for the task 2.2. Thank you.